welcome to For the Story, the only podcast that's currently sitting at a Sonic drive-thru, seriously confused. My name's Avery.
And I'm Ash. This week we watched Ted 3, and not only that, we also have a special guest on today. I did him the favor of pulling his Wikipedia article, and I'm actually going to read a little biography of him.
Oh, that's so great. I thought it was Spencer, but apparently the legend goes deeper.
Yeah,
which is great.
Oh boy. I can't wait for this.
All right. Born October 4th, 1902, Spencer.
You son of a bitch. This is all fake news.
Spensonimus.
Let's see if you can even get through it. Let's see if you can even get through it.
All right. Spensonimus Artificium Masterson Linn. Spencer holds 3 doctorate degrees and 7 honorary degrees.
And 2 associate's degrees.
And is the world's leading expert on Sonic the Hedgehog lore, physiology, phrenology, and biology.
Yep.
At a very young age, Spencer was a noted math genius, but the simple pleasures of mathematical puzzle solving did not satiate his frankly perverse hunger for challenges.
Perverse?
I need to be challenged, Mother. This Sudoku is too easy.
I'm learning a lot about our guest today. This is great.
Yeah.
And all factual.
But to achieve his goal, he would have to get super jacked. By the age of 8, he was a whopping 220 pounds. Pure muscle at a staunch 5'2".
That's beefy.
All of his physical trainings was done with those comically large dumbbells because, again, this is like 1910.
Yeah, I'm like 105.
Well, yeah. I mean, you also had it also says here that you had the disease that Robin Williams had in Big. So by the age of 8, you were actually technically like 81 or something.
I think that was Tom Hanks, wasn't it?
Wait, are you talking about Benjamin Button?
No. Robin Williams in Big.
That was Tom Hanks in Big, wasn't it?
No, it's Robin Williams.
Dude, Tom Hanks isn't
That's
Big.
Definitely
damn
Tom
it,
Hanks.
it's not Big. Which one is it? Which one's the one where Robin Williams is old, like has an aging disease? It's that one. That's all part of the Wikipedia article, by the way.
Doubtfire?
I didn't.
Isn't this a movie podcast?
We just don't even know. We're making stuff up.
Like
So more about Spencer. He began ripping young men, women, and possums off the street, coaxing human test subjects, or not coaxing, coating human test subjects in animal fur, painting them and forcing them through complex mazes inset with even more complex mathematical equations. One clear champion had arisen, so quick at solving Spencer's puzzles while he watched from a secluded room, probably maniacally petting a cat. That sick fuck. He was painted blue and was given the nickname Sonic due to how fast he was at math and shit. Spencer respected him, but hated him. In 1917, Sonic finally got his revenge for almost a decade of torture and escaped, all the while giving Spencer Benjamin Button disease. He spent the years of 1918 to 1956 in a mental institution, only capable of saying the word blue. After Spencer was deemed a danger to society and himself, all seemed lost until a young, enterprising Japanese man named Hayao Nakayama had Spencer kidnapped and shipped to Japan in one of those crates they used to ship exotic animals in the movies. Together with the Sega Corporation, Spencer devised a scheme to create a pretty bad video game, and that would later be weaponized as revenge for the nuclear bombing of Japan by American forces. It would be 1 part fetish, 1 part eyesore, 1 part terrible dialogue, 100% in memory of his friend and number 1 adversary, Sonic. Technology just had to progress to the point where an accurate film could be created. This is a game for sex perverts, and I would know. I wrote it.
I love how you specify sex perverts. Like, there's a different kind of pervert.
Listen, this game is a game for sex perverts. I wouldn't know. I wrote it, and I am one. Spencer was quoted as saying in 1991 New York Times.
Oh, that's right. I remember saying that.
Which would be touted as horrifying, but Spencer had Benjamin Button disease, as mentioned before, and was down to 1 year old, so it was pretty cute.
It was cute.
Yeah, it was pretty cute.
That's nice.
Now that his ultimate evil is in the movie theaters, Sonic the Hedgehog the movie, Spencer has reversed his Benjamin Buttoning, now learning how to strum guitar, and has taken blue out of his wardrobe almost completely. Thank you. So our guest today.
Yay, Spencer!
I'm blaming you for this movie. I'm blaming you for this movie.
Wow.
You're blaming me for this?
I think honestly
Oh my
the story you
God.
just told could have been better than Sonic the Hedgehog in its own right.
I think it was.
I quite enjoyed
think that was
that
better than
adaptation
Sonic the
would be
Hedgehog.
so much better than Ted 3, also known as Detective Pikachu, also known as Sonic the Hedgehog.
Ted 3.
Ted
Also
3.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh
my God.
That was the hardest thing for me to ever get through. I'd like to let you know.
I mean, that was very well constructed and
Don't you fucking butter me up.
And completely
accurate.
factual.
No, it was very accurate, factually, and yeah, I just really appreciate the attention to detail with telling my life story, and yeah, Sonic. It's been a love-hate relationship between he and I because after I created him.
Mm-hmm.
We started, we had a bit of a romantic tryst,
Omitted.
he's just so fast with his hands. And,
Oh.
it was hard for me, and the sex pervert that I am, it was very difficult for me to, ignore his, shiny blue body.
That's beautiful. Well, Spencer,
Yeah.
Spencer, thank you so much for being on the show. Spencer's been on the show a couple times before. We're always talking about some crazy shit, and he's always here supplementing that.
Yep.
And
Yep.
yeah. So why don't you tell us a little bit about reality of your real life? Before we really get into the beef of the episode.
Sure. Well, thanks for having me on again, you guys. This is always a fucking blast. It's always a,
Of course.
it's
Thanks
always
for being here.
a surprise. Yeah, to see what in the world Ash is gonna say.
That's my
That's
brand.
always Yep, it's always fun. Yeah, so just been working on music. My band, the Odious, been playing some shows and working on some new tunes. I also do a podcast with my very, very old friend, like old age-wise.
Oh, like he's old,
He's
or
one of
like
your
you guys have
oldest
been
friends.
for a while.
Oh, well, no. He's just my oldest friend, as in, like, he's, like, old. Oh, man, is he old. And I hope, and when he hears this, he will certainly agree that, he's one of the oldest people
Ever.
alive. Ever to have lived.
And you're what, like 128?
118, I think. Born in
108?
1902.
Yeah, 118.
but I carry myself. I look like I'm, 35, so
Yeah,
that's
good.
okay.
You look good.
I pass for 35. Yeah.
That's a
Whereas-
skincare routine.
Yeah.
Is really what it comes down to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Stay out of the sun. Never ever go in the sun, because I will literally combust and turn into dust. But yeah, so we do a podcast. Me and my ancient friend Craig. We do a podcast called "Idiots Discuss the Universe," which is exactly what it sounds like. Two idiots rambling off into the void, and it's a lot of fun. Our demographic is primarily lonely moms and divorcees.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I mean, if you put it out into the world, it's going to happen at some point for you, Spencer. I swear to God, it will.
No, I know. And yeah, so that's what I've been up to.
Well, hell yeah, man. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you watched Sonic.
I
be
got
on
a
this show.
text at like midnight from him that went, "Oh God!" And my initial, my theory. I was telling Avery this. I was like, no matter what Spencer thinks, he's gonna pretend like he liked this movie just to piss us off.
Oh, you guys.
You still have time. I mean, like you can still take that stance if you'd like.
You know what? I'm not even prepared. I that would take a lot of like sort of Daniel Day-Lewis like method acting to really pretend like there's anything good about this movie.
Oh man.
Because basically when I was in there, I became violently upset at both of you.
That's good. That's what
for
we're trying to
making
get.
me fucking watch this movie.
We all
That
felt
is the entire predication of Avery and my friendship at this point. Like,
yeah, I can tell you guys just like to torture each other.
yeah, it's been a bad movies arms race for about a year now. It's been like steadily getting worse.
I was just like, those sons of bitches. God damn it.
Well, I'm glad we could pull you into this.
Yeah, well, and I now firmly demand that you Venmo me $12.50 because that's how much it fucking costs.
We might have to split it in half. We'll each send you $6.25.
I think
fine.
we can crowdsource this.
Yeah, we'll crowdsource
GoFundMe.
Yeah, whatever you guys have to do to make it happen is fine with me.
A GoFundMe for $12.50
to make Spencer
my friend
feel
watched a
bad
movie.
Yeah, and he demands his money back.
Well, hell yeah, I like it. I'm glad that you're on the show. I'm glad we're gonna get to talk shit about this bad movie. I know everyone's like talking shit about it right now because it sucks. And everyone kind of knows it. Actually, I don't know. Maybe that's not even true. Apparently, audiences like it.
Yeah, the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes right now is 94%.
Isn't that like?
Oh my God.
Isn't that horrifying? It's like I don't know. I think the audience scores always tend to be kind of skewed because like the people who are gonna rate it as an audience member are the people who wanted to go see it. I get the impression. So the audience score tends to be higher. But even so,
it's got to be that Yelp effect, right? Where it's like only the most extreme opinions.
It's got to be what it is.
Through.
But even the critic score is like 64%, and I'm just not seeing it. This movie was so forgettable. But we're gonna get into it. Before we really dive into the meat, the beef, the thick boy, fat slice of the episode here, we got a little bit of house cleaning.
What's wrong with
you?
He's got meat on the brain.
That's right. And
after eating that cat, I mean, come on.
I didn't do that. Let's see. So go and find us on Apple Podcasts. Go find Idiots Discuss the Universe too, because they're super good. You guys have such a broad variety of topics you talk about. So very cool.
Do.
And leave them 5 stars. Leave us 5 stars too, and we'll.
If you have to choose one, definitely us though. Like
you
I
can
know
just
that
go
some
do
people
both. You have infinite stars to give. Just give them to everyone.
Well, some people get like thumb soreness.
The way I like to put it is, why don't you go on there and give yourself 5 stars?
Yeah, that's nice.
You know, if you're listening,
you're
Why
disgusting.
don't you go rate yourself and give yourself
because you
big
earned it,
5 big
Bucko.
stars. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It sounds like a really elaborate way to tell someone to go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
Why don't you give yourself 5 stars, buddy? Why don't you just give yourself?
You look
five
like you need
stars?
it.
Yeah.
Hey Ash, why don't you go give yourself 5 big old stars right now?
Yikes. Oh man.
Hold me
How
back,
does that
Avery.
Come on our show.
Hey bud, why don't you go give yourself 5 stars because you're doing fucking great. You're doing a great job.
sounds
Someone
so
hold me
sarcastic.
back.
So before we really start to progress, guys, have you watched anything besides Sonic that you'd like to bring up before we just go head first into our review here?
Yeah, let's have Spencer give us a little showdown or rundown. Sorry, I'm still thinking about finding you about the 5-star thing.
Well, let's see. I've been watching some of The Wire lately.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, just kind of intravenously through Aaron because he is always watching it when I get home.
Yeah, weird
injecting
descriptor for The Wire.
Right, yes, The Wire intravenously. Yeah, so I've been watching some of that, and it's great television, albeit sometimes just a little bit dry.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
But have you guys both seen it?
I've never seen The Wire.
I saw it like a long time ago.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you much of
I
anything.
heard it's pretty sweet and like worthwhile to watch. If I find it, I'll turn it on and check it out.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it. I mean, it's one of those crime dramas that it's like the gritty, unflinching look.
That's
and,
cool.
They do a really good job of the whole like very hyper realistic, almost like to a fault
Really?
portrayal of like the city crime. Yeah, because I mean they're following cops and they're like doing paperwork and trying to get warrants to do wiretaps on drug
That's
dealers'
awesome,
phones,
though.
and it all
That's real.
Yeah, yeah, totally. I mean, it was written by a guy who worked for the Baltimore PD, and then was a journalist for a while, and yeah, each season is based in a different part of the city. So the first season you get like the streets.
Yeah.
You're basically introduced to the streets. The second season it's the docks, then it's the schools, then it's the government. I forget what all of them are, but yeah, it's really cool.
That's great.
I've been watching some of that lately.
Hell yeah, that sounds awesome. I'm gonna give that a shot at some point. Other people have recommended it to me before too, so hell yeah.
Yeah, just be prepared. Like, it takes a while to pay off, and I know that you specifically with television shows. Yeah, you'll watch half an episode and be like, well, this is the biggest piece of garbage I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, no, it definitely requires some patience, but
all right,
it's good.
Okay,
good
hell
show.
yeah. Well, sweet. Ash, have you watched anything?
Well, just to kind of like clarify, my week started with like we recorded our last episode, and then I went to Sonic pretty much the next day. So I've been in a deep depression ever since seeing this film.
Great.
So I watched two things. I started to watch a movie. I came back to it later, but I just couldn't. So I had to watch an animal documentary about animals who are friends.
Oh,
I recommend that.
Oh, that's
nice. It's sweet. When animals of different species are friends, it's very cute. And that made me feel a little bit better. And like maybe humanity hadn't betrayed me completely. So then I watched Polaroid.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
What's Polaroid?
It's based... Well, it's not... It would claim that it's not based on anything. But it's definitely based on, I think, a Goosebumps book.
Oh.
It's a horror movie where taking a Polaroid of a person, they die. It goes exactly how you think it would. And it's bad.
So wait, I have a question about Polaroid.
Yeah.
Do they die like once the Polaroid has developed? Like, how it takes
So there's an element of that, and then like if it's multiple people in the Polaroid, they get picked off one by one. And then like there's one really weird scene where someone tries to light the Polaroid on fire and her arm goes on fire.
Oh, that's like against the rules that they established.
Yeah.
But also cool.
And she's just like screaming in the cafeteria on fire,
Oh,
and
no,
like
it's
no
teenagers,
adults come.
too?
Oh yeah, it's a horror movie. Adults are only afraid of taxes, Avery. Let me tell you.
And adults are also the biggest idiots ever, according to horror movies too. They don't believe anything.
Oh yeah.
Also,
and just real life.
Yeah,
they never like adults in movies don't fuck like teenagers do, and you have to fuck in order for horror to happen. That's a law.
That's
Am
true.
I wrong? Tell me where I'm wrong.
No,
There needs to be a
explain that
dose of
statement.
sex. There does.
Yeah, you're gonna need to go into that a little bit deeper.
Okay.
They don't fuck like teenagers do. Tell me, Ash, how do
I
teenagers
see. Ash,
do
don't
it?
answer that question. I see what he's trying to do.
Your Honor.
Hell yeah. Oh man, yeah. Horror movies.
The sex pervert's trying to bait me.
No, I'm not.
A sex
No,
pervert.
you're doing this to yourself. You're doing this
Hell
to
yeah.
yourself. And
I'm just out here giving 5 stars to myself.
Oh God, on the air? You're doing that live?
Yeah. Go 5-star yourself.
So I watched some stuff too. I haven't really had
Okay.
anything interesting that super caught my attention, which I feel like is kind of always the case with Spencer's here. Sometimes I have something interesting to talk about. Usually I don't. Anyway, I watched a movie called Return of the Living Dead 3, which it was kind of crappy, but it was like really stupid zombie shit from the early 90s and kind of reminded me of Reanimator a little bit. I don't know. It was kind of enjoyable. I also watched The Bye-Bye Man. Have you guys heard of The Bye-Bye Man?
No.
It's not good. It's not good. You don't need to.
Was it written by a 6-year-old?
No, it wasn't, but honestly, maybe a very intelligent 6-year-old, like, passing for
Sure.
7.
Well, Spencer was a super genius as a baby.
That's true. All the way
you're
back in
talking to a very
1908.
intelligent 6-year-old.
Yeah. So yeah. No, it was just like, I don't even remember what it was about. Like it was just these kids like move to a house and they like open a drawer and they see the words "the Bye Bye Man" scrawled in there, and like you're not supposed to. I'm serious, and like you're not supposed to like say it to anyone, or otherwise it like spreads around, and that's it. And they
So
all
it's
die.
like Worse It Follows.
Yeah, remarkably similar in that way. Yeah, kind of. But yeah, that's it. It Follows is sweet too, and I guess they tried to go off the same kind of idea, but whatever. There you go. The Bye Bye Man. Don't watch it. You don't need to.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Thanks for that riveting tale.
welcome.
Jesus Christ.
A glowing review.
So only Spencer watched something decent this
Kinda
week.
sounds
That's
like
telling.
I mean, I'm sure I watched something shitty too, but that's just kind of all I remember.
Did you end up seeing Color Out of Space?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
You could
Oh,
probably
I'm
find it
pissed.
online somewhere. I'm just gonna say. I'm not gonna say
Avery.
you should, but I'm saying you probably
That movie's
can.
made $5. Go support it.
Well,
in
he
the
already
theaters.
paid $12.50 for a movie we made him go see. I'm just saying, if you want to save some money, like you could
I
probably.
asked
find
him
it
if he
online.
wanted to do the Sonic episode. He said sure.
Yeah, but I had no idea.
Yeah, you had I had consent, dude.
I had no idea. I didn't think.
It was kind of like a
didn't think.
landmine of a movie. We kind of did trap you into this one. Sorry about that. I do
no,
kind of
it's
feel
okay.
bad that you paid
Ultimately-
to go see this movie. But
Yeah, I do too.
because
No. It's all good, and
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
because this was honestly, I mean, I don't know if you guys want to dive into this right now, but just as far as my experience in the movie, this was my first time, I think, ever going to a movie by myself.
nice. That could be
That's
kind
my
of
favorite
enjoyable.
move.
Yeah.
I actually really did enjoy that aspect of it. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just like sitting by myself, and it's funny because in these Regal theaters they have these assigned seats.
Yeah.
Even though there's like a total of 5 people
Yeah,
in the
of
theater.
course.
They're like, you know, and it was really interesting because it was just me and a bunch of other like lonely incels basically just you know sitting and
Sitting.
like these other guys though they were one dude in particular, okay, he was probably 2 rows ahead
All
of
right.
me. He was laughing so hard at every single little joke, and anytime they made some sort of reference to the video game, he would be like, "Oh yeah," and be clapping shit. He would clap and like look over at his friend, and his friend, I think he might have been like had been mentally ill or something,
man.
because his friend was like not really laughing. But I don't know, the guy seemed like normal or whatever. Otherwise, he was just like laughing too hard, and that filled me with rage.
It made you mad.
Yeah, especially
It made
at
me
like
very mad.
especially at like the lack of comedy that was so clearly in this movie. Like you could see where they thought that they were making a joke, and it just like doesn't
Yeah.
work
You
every
could?
single time. Oh yeah,
could
the
tell?
the beats were there. Like you see where they thought they were making a joke. But
Yeah.
no, there was zero comedy in this.
No.
So
Oh
but
my God.
But yeah, Spencer, I'm a big proponent of. I think Avery as well. As going to the movies by yourself is fucking awesome. The notion that we have to go to movies with people is insane.
Right.
because
Yeah,
you sit
yeah,
there
yeah.
and don't talk, you know, like you might as
Yeah.
well go by yourself.
Oh, totally.
And get like
And
a
if you're
beer
going to
or
talk to
something,
someone
you know?
after the movie, you have your phone. You can literally access the entire fucking world.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait.
Yeah.
Right.
So
It's dumb.
And so yeah, I think I'm gonna do that more often now because
Yeah.
I did enjoy that. It was like peaceful and relaxing.
It's less fun when the theater's really crowded. I usually actually will go to the earliest showing of the day, like at 10
Yeah.
a.m., and just I will be the only one in the theater, and it's like it's my own personal theater. It's really nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I mean, there are times when I like, you know, making my friends laugh or whatever, or, you know, like during the commercials. Like, I don't know if you guys saw the same commercials I did, but the very first one was like this dude. And since I saw it last night, I'm pretty fresh
Yeah.
on it. But the first preview was like for this like singer-songwriter who like falls in love with a girl at summer camp on the beach.
nauseating.
And then he becomes a famous. Is like, this is Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Big Dick Johnson, and he just goes and he sings songs about how much he fucking misses your girlfriend and stuff.
Your girlfriend?
Yeah, your girlfriend.
Your girlfriend's cucking you for this fucking guy, dude.
Yeah, and then and so basically, it was like so like cringe right away, like. I thought I met you for the first time, and then it's like the girl, his girlfriend, she gets cancer.
Oh,
no!
This is with KJ Appa. I know.
Yeah,
I definitely
the guy from Riverdale. Have you watched Riverdale, Spencer?
No. What do you think?
It's the greatest bad TV show of all time, Spencer.
Spencer. Oh my god.
No, you don't understand how terrible this show is.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll indulge sometime.
You got to,
Yourself
dude.
the
It is
benefit
the
of the doubt and watch Riverdale.
It's the worst thing
I haven't
I've
gotten
ever
there
seen.
yet either, Spence.
Yeah, I'm gonna force Avery
I know
to.
he's
That's
going
all
to.
we're gonna watch at the apartment.
I mean, I feel like I could do it like with you, like getting like drunk or something. Then
Hey
I'm
man,
down,
you're invited.
But like,
come to
I
Austin.
don't know.
We'll do a Riverdale. Let's get drunk and watch Riverdale party.
Oh, I'm coming, and we are gonna do it.
It's gonna be a
Hell
party.
yeah, that sounds great. Awesome.
Yeah.
And then we'll do a extra long podcast on the merits of Riverdale.
Yeah.
Ash.
Yes, a thesis.
Ash, real quick before we get like spiraling too far into Riverdale, Ash, do you have some? Because I know Spencer paid $12.50 to go see this. We all paid to go see it. How's this movie doing financially in the budget department, Ash?
We're just not even gonna run the budget breakdown.
We're not even
thing.
doing it. We don't want to talk about it. It's that bad.
No, I'm not gonna run because I'm editing today.
Okay.
I don't want to do the
that's
stinger.
fine. We should at least talk about
so-
it. It's worthwhile. Yeah.
Let me tell you.
right.
This movie cost $90 million.
Damn.
What?
Oh.
What?
That's like
And
9
here-
A24 movies.
Here,
Yeah, dude, that's so true.
how many midsummers
God. Yeah. It's like
does
9
it take to make this
Midsummers.
movie?
Yeah. And that was the result. That's so unfortunate.
Yeah, the total worldwide box office is $112 million.
It's only been out
and
for like a
had-
week, right?
It's only been out for a week, and it is the
not bad.
number one based on a video game domestic. It is the 7th largest domestic February weekend.
Oh my god.
These are quite the accomplishments.
Sonic the
no,
Hedgehog.
It's
Fucked.
it's the 23rd top Paramount weekend domestic.
Okay.
Dude, Paramount blows.
Yeah, apparently.
I'm just gonna say it.
Shit.
You didn't like Madagascar 2 or Escape to Africa or Europe's Most Wanted?
There was another one after that?
Yeah, Madagascar 3, Europe's Most Wanted.
There was a third one.
Dude, I just man.
You didn't like Daddy's Home?
Ew, what is that?
Sorry, is it the way I said Daddy's Home?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, is that a porno?
Wait, how do you say it?
I don't-
Daddy's home.
You're damn right, dude.
Heyo.
I need a shower now.
No.
So yeah, that's all I'm really gonna say
Good.
about this movie. I'm not gonna fucking quiz you on this
Yeah.
shit. We got shit to talk
we got
about.
you.
Let's
We'll
get
made
in.
a fire them
Profit.
off.
That's cool.
It made it like
It did
in
so
a
far.
like weird turn of events. Birds of Prey was better and made less money, and
It's kinda normal.
It's like a significant amount better than this movie.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I was surprised that it was like decent, but no, it's like this has made it. It is Citizen Kane now.
Yeah.
Harley Quinn is whoever the lead actor of Citizen Kane is now.
Oh, isn't it Orville Redenbacher?
Yeah, it is, I think.
The
And
popcorn
then,
guy.
and then he went on to invent popcorn.
Yeah. That guy.
Yeah, so it is
Or
really
no,
interesting.
Orson Welles.
It is the same guy.
Yeah.
It is really interesting how Birds of Prey. I wasn't very crazy about Birds of Prey even, but it was definitely better than Sonic.
Oh,
by
significant.
a huge margin.
And it's like they're both in February.
Yeah.
It's a dump month. Movies aren't supposed to make money in February. Like they're
We're
built not to
starting
make money.
get there. I don't know. It's starting next month is when we have like actual movies coming out, like real movies. So and not just Sonic.
Not
the Hedgehog.
really.
Yeah, kind of though. I mean,
These are like
Oh, Guns Akimbo. Is that the
Guns
only
Akimbo
movie you're
looks
referring to?
Sweet. That movie's gonna be awesome or terrible. I don't know.
Have you seen the commercial for that, Spencer?
No, I don't
You
think
should.
so.
Daniel Radcliffe has guns nailed to his hands.
And it's like running around town. It's awesome looking.
Oh joy. That does sound like it could be pretty cool.
So,
They're
yeah.
nailed.
Like literally nailed. You
Wow.
can see the thumbnail in the Discord if you go to the general chat.
It's like just go up a little bit, and you'll see.
Okay, here, wait, one sec.
So
Going to the general. Oh wow! Oh my god.
it's gonna be good.
Okay, that looks
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
So
Looks great. It's
we're
into it.
super excited about that. Next month, I think like some real stuff's coming out, and we're gonna actually. Well, no, I think we have like a terrible month lined up, or is that this month? I can't remember.
This month's the terrible
Yeah.
month, Avery.
Yeah, this
Clearly,
is
this
the
is the terrible month. I don't know what to tell you, dude.
Yeah, so there's that. But guys, I guess we should talk a little bit about our expectations going into Sonic the Hedgehog, because I don't think any of us really had big expectations or great expectations. But I don't know. I'm curious, Spencer. You wanna lead off on the expectations front?
Yeah. I was honestly excited for some Jim Carrey. You know, I
fair
was
enough,
like,
yeah.
and I had heard, like, I don't know where I heard this. It might have been on a different podcast, but I'd heard that it was like better than people were expecting, and that like it had made money. And then like there was that interview with Jim Carrey that clip went viral where he's doing the Joker face, or not the Joker face, the fucking Grinch face. Do you guys see that?
Yeah,
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, where he like makes the face and you're like, holy shit, dude. And that kind of got everyone hyped on Jim Carrey again.
Good for him.
And yeah. So I don't know. I was kind of like, oh, maybe this could be, this could be fun.
Yeah.
Like at the worst, it's probably going to be some like fluffy, fun. But I was like, it could be one of those kids movies where they sneak in like subliminal adult humor. You know what I mean? To make it like palatable for the parents and stuff.
Or at least try, which I think is what they ended up doing. But but I don't know, man.
Yeah, more try than anything. Avery, what were your expectations going into this film?
Man, this was another one of those ones that I really didn't want to see at all. I was vaguely
That's this
curious.
whole fucking month.
I was right. I was like vaguely curious because there was a chance, like a really slim chance, that this was gonna have like moments where I was excited or moments where I enjoyed what was going on, and that's what I was kind of thinking was gonna be the case. I didn't think it was gonna be as bad as it truly ended up being. But I was glad to see that they redesigned the Hedgehog, because remember when the meme came out like last year and everyone was saying this looks really horrible, but they did actually, like change up the style, and I think it ended up looking a lot better, which is good. But honestly, comparing the two, like it wasn't hard to do much better than their original design. So I don't know how like good that really is, but so I guess I was hoping that there was going to be something of value in here. But Ash, what were your expectations?
All right, so check this out.
All right.
Valentine's Day night, right? I don't have a fucking date. Why would I do that? That's moronic. So I head over to my local theater for the 8:10 showing of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Hell yeah.
And let me tell you one thing. That shit was sold the fuck out.
What?
Dude.
It was sold out. This was like my first thing. Was like, all right, it's sold out.
Oh, man.
It's sold out. What's going on?
It's not good.
It's who thinks this is like sexy? Well, everyone thinks it's sexy.
Dude, it's shit like this. Everyone's like, the world is going to hell in a hand. Oh, the government and like, the coronavirus. No, dude.
No, it's this
Sonic.
shit.
Sonic was sold out, dude, on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
All right, that's your
Hey,
babe,
canary
you want to see
coal
Harley Quinn, or do you want to see Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yeah.
Imagine.
Well, if they want to see the little blue guy.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's how it goes.
I guess.
Shit, fucking sold out. Well, I mean, I guess, like, I don't know. I have nothing to say to that. I can't justify any of this movie.
Let's discuss why it might have been sold out with our pros section. How about that?
Oh, I like it. Oh.
Okay. Yeah, good segue.
All right. If I had one pro, it's that they redesigned the Hedgehog. and they actually listen to the people who are saying, this looks terrible, you should redesign it. That's kind of cool. I feel like normally studios don't really give a shit. They're like, we're just putting money into this. Whatever they do, we're putting out. But instead, they actually
I don't think they listened
step
enough,
back.
though.
I don't know. It definitely looks better. If you
like
compare
when
the
I
two.
got on Twitter and was like, "Bimboify Sonic, where are his titties?"
Yeah.
They got mad at me.
And then they
they
turn
blocked
the
you.
sexiness down just a tad. And it's just like,
Yeah, it wasn't
yikes.
hot at all.
Yeah, they're like, we don't want this guy in the theater. and so
I'm a sex pervert.
I'm just glad that they listen to the audience. But that's like one of the few good things I can say about this, because in every other regard it falls short. So at least they redesigned it. I don't want to say, I can't say the CGI looks very good. There's really not much to compliment.
God, no.
So
I mean, I thought like the robots looked pretty good.
yeah, they looked better than
all that.
than Sonic himself, didn't they?
Right? No, he didn't look.
He looked
good,
fake,
no.
very, very fake. And I don't know if it's because they
Yeah,
rushed it or not, because they had to redesign it on a time frame. So it's just like, I don't know. For a movie
It
that
was
nobody
real bad,
asked
though.
for, it seems odd that they would listen to the people who were complaining. They must have seen the meme and they were like, "Fuck, we got to change this."
Yeah.
So, bad press is press, right? Or any press is good. So people were going to
true.
go see this regardless of how crappy it looked. People probably would have seen it if they kept the original awful design, because people were curious.
Yeah, I think that's totally, and I think that because when you it's a really weird new thing where studios are reacting in this way to Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First Cats, they took away the cat breasts. Weird move.
No. Except for
And then
Taylor
Birds
Swift.
of Prey.
She still had.
Except for Taylor Swift, she still had
giant honking cat tits.
Yeah, which is
she was the only one, really.
yeah.
They
Well,
really
Rebel
smoothed
Wilson.
a lot of the other ones out.
Yeah, but no one else. And you can listen to our Cats review if you want to hear more of us talking about this. But that
I'm
movie,
intrigued.
the Birds of Prey title change because it was too long. It's really weird that. Yeah, they changed the name of that. So it's kind of a weird microcosm of maybe potentially a problem for movies down the line. Where
definitely.
They take into account the idiots who gave this a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's bad news.
Yeah. Well, I think that precedent, I don't know when that was set, but at some point, Hollywood started listening to Twitter, and it just has been
Terrible.
abysmal ever since, dude.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Regardless of what
It's a bad sign.
what kind of person they're listening to, it's just none of them. You should not listen to any of these people.
Listen to the professional writers who do this.
Yeah, listen
for a
to
living.
all these people have been working in the industry and they have some idea of what works, good or bad. It's just very weird now, and I'm really concerned that this is going to continue and kind of snowball.
Look at Star Wars fans. Star Wars fans, if a new Star Wars thing comes out, everyone hates it and everyone loves it. It's there's no appeasing Star Wars fans. People are going to say they hate it because it's cool. People are going to say they love it because they don't know what they're watching. And so it doesn't matter what you put out. If you put out something with where people have such emotional connections to an IP like that, and apparently Sonic the Hedgehog has that too. Diehard Sonic lore fans who went to go see this for a serious interpretation of Sonic the Hedgehog. And so those were probably the people who were like, this is horrible, you need to change this. And they listened from Twitter.
Yeah, I think this is one of the few cases where it can work, where it's such a niche audience because it's a terrible video game series.
It's a terrible movie too. It didn't matter.
No.
It's the things that they changed.
I mean,
it's
I've had fun playing some Sonic games.
yeah, there's a couple good ones.
They're
the earlier ones.
so broken.
It's like cotton candy video game. You just go fast and hit the fucking rings and shit.
Yeah.
But
it's when they went all 3D. That's when they started having problems. Because those ones are pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Level design's really awful, and
but the 2D ones where
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
going around and you're going through loop-de-loops and all that stuff. Those ones were actually a lot of fun. It's like when they made
Yeah.
it like an adventure
Yeah, I think
RPG.
that's
It's just like, why would anyone want that? But hell,
I don't know.
yeah. So,
Oh man.
Other pros. Any other pros? I would say Jim Carrey still is the physical comedy king.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
And
He was definitely the best part.
He was in it for like 2 seconds. It was like insane how little he was actually in this movie.
like three.
Yeah, there were like
scenes
2 or 3
Yeah.
scenes or something.
where he was the only character at least, and then he was like coming in and out. I don't know. It wasn't too scarce, but like definitely when he was on screen, you could definitely see that he was given either he was pressured to or he felt comfortable enough that he could do his wild physical comedy stuff, which was nice to see because we haven't seen that from him in like how long, like a decade, so
Yeah.
at least. But good for him.
Yeah, it's been that part was definitely a plus, or a positive.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to whenever he was going to be back on screen because everything else about it was painful in my soul.
It really was. Just like can we talk about cons? We have so much to say about.
Yeah.
Let's move into cons. There's really not enough positives to say. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I think we covered the positives, honestly.
I think
Yeah,
so too.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but as far as cons go, I just want to say that they decided to use the most cookie cutter, unrelated plot and then just slapped Sonic the Hedgehog in it. You know what I mean? They just took like, there's an adversary. He meets a friend who's a real human, and they have to interact, and there's like a buddy dynamic, and they don't like each other at first, but then they become best friends. It's just like the most corny, overdone shit that they just like slap these horrible I don't even, what kind of jokes were they? They were non-jokes. Like on top
and not
of
even good non-jokes, because non-jokes can be funny or entertaining at the very least. Like failed attempts of humor can be funny. This was not an instance of
it
that
was just
in any
groan-worthy.
capacity.
It was like painful.
Do you remember when Sonic looked like he was dead, and then he said, "Hey, that's my friend," and then he glue?
Do you remember when
glowed?
Sonic farted?
Oh yeah.
Like, what the hell? Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, or in the beginning, I can't believe they fucking started with the whole like pause, like I bet you wonder how this all happened to me. Like, let me go back to the beginning. I was like, when that I was like ready to like maybe have some fun,
Yeah.
and then that happened. I was like, oh,
it's
fuck.
like that. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah,
I feel
and-
like they had
yeah.
to. Like they this movie already had so much stupid put into it. They they just had to put something that dumb into it as well. Like, let me start from the beginning. I'm Sonic. Like, why did he come
I
from
just thought of another pro.
planet? Yeah.
I just thought of another pro.
All right.
There's a post-credit scene for this movie. That is the funniest part of
walked
this
out.
movie.
I didn't see it.
Damn it! I walked out.
didn't see it.
Yeah.
Tails
I was out of there.
Tails comes and grabs the Infinity Gauntlet. Just goes, I guess I have to do it myself.
Oh,
Or
Tails
whatever.
grabs.
But no, Tails is actually in the after credit scene, but
Yeah, but no Infinity Gauntlet,
Jesus.
right?
yeah, no Infinity Gauntlet. He doesn't have to do it
okay.
That's a
himself.
shame.
Oh, that was an okay, yeah, right.
Oh man.
Avengers.
Yeah, with the inventors of the now infamous post-credit
Yeah.
scenes. And the
Right.
fact that this film had a post-credit scene is a pro because it is in no capacity deserving of that.
No,
I think it's a
yeah.
con.
That's such a.
I think
yeah.
it's a con because
So-
it means that there's more of that movie.
There's more coming.
More runtime exists, and apparently it's making money. So here's a con: it's making money, so they're probably going to make another one. So
God,
Oh yeah, they're definitely gonna make another one.
right?
I mean, I could see if I was 6, like really enjoying that.
Yeah.
are 6-year-olds really aware of this IP though? I'm so confused. Who the fuck's seeing
Yeah.
this? Is it 20-somethings who like memes?
It's 20-somethings with a bad sense of humor, maybe. It's just like 6-year-olds.
Yeah.
I guess because it's a colorful blue character. I could see the appeal that 6-year-olds, and then their parents are like, I remember I played those games back in 1913, and take their dumb kids because so they
Wow.
shut
Spencer
up for
was
an hour and
11
a half.
then.
Yeah, right. So the kids will shut up for an hour and a half, and then it's over, and then they get to be loud and annoying again, and then they hate it.
Yeah, no, I could honestly see that happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're probably, it's like a strategic move to introduce Sonic to a new generation, just like the Star Wars thing,
I guess that's what they're going
all the parents are going to take their kids, for the nostalgia vibes.
Yeah, because, and like, I don't know, it would have been better, it would have made more sense if there was, like, enough adult humor in it to justify the split in demographic here, because it's like a kid's movie, like, but there's the comedy just isn't there. It doesn't back it up. One thing I noticed, this movie looked, just everything about it, the soundtrack, the characters, everything about this felt like a movie that would have come out in like 2005. All right?
Yeah.
Like everything about it just seemed like '05, swept under the rug, nobody remembers it, moving on to 2006. It's just so much of it just seemed dated. Dated as hell. Jim Carrey was even in it.
Oh, I thought of one other plus.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Just really quick. I thought it was like really cool and progressive of them to have the sheriff be a gay man, and have him have a husband, and a black husband, no less.
Wait, are we thinking of the same character? Oh, the other the other cop, right? He was gay, wasn't he?
No. The main cop, and he had his black husband.
Oh my God,
this is such a bad joke, Spencer.
It looked like a dude.
Well, it looks like the costume. It looked
like a dude.
No, the costume just looked like it was purchased from like a Toys R Us. Like,
no, it was just the hairline. It was like the hairline was so far back, and the whole time I was like, "Are they doing a voiceover? Because it looks like a guy." And I mean, that's
not
cool.
in any capacity.
It looked like a dude.
No,
I thought it was very progressive of them.
Oh God, this is so dumb, Spencer. This is like the worst shit posting.
No, it's not.
It is,
dude. The whole time I was thinking that I was like, wow, like good choice, like like good for them.
All right, let's move on. Spencer's just going to keep doing the same joke over and over again until he thinks it's funny enough.
It was hilarious the first time and continues to be hilarious.
Met with uproarious laughter. Other cons.
Let's see.
I mean, it's kind of hard to differentiate at a point, right? Because it is just very bad.
Yeah, it all kind of just blurred together, like.
Oh, what about the Olive Garden plugs?
Oh my God,
dude! What about the Olive Garden?
I didn't
plugs,
even notice
man?
that.
The unironic.
Oh yeah, how
unironic,
didn't you?
Multiple. They were like, oh.
The only apps I have on my phone are the ones that came with it and the Olive Garden app.
Right. And then he's like, because when you're there, and she's like, your family. And you're like,
I didn't even notice that.
US,
it like worked on a subliminal level for me.
Oh,
great!
It worked on you.
I guess so.
Are you recording from an Olive Garden right now?
Weirdly, I am.
Yeah.
And then they gave the U.S. government gave him like a $50 Olive Garden coupon.
Yeah. Thanks
and
for
then
saving
Sonic,
the
Have
world.
you even tried their bottomless spaghetti bowls? They truly don't end. They said that.
What the?
I don't remember any of this. I don't know why I don't remember any of this.
It was.
And it's like they could have done it in a like isn't it funny how much of whores we are kind of a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like an ironic thing, but it was literally like baked into the script.
Like that 130 Rock
placement.
bit where they would just like kind of show the label and like underline it,
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Like it could have been meta.
Thank you
like
so
that.
much.
Yeah. I didn't even notice it. That's not good. I think that means that it's worked
like
on
such a problem.
Yeah. It like worked on a subliminal level for me.
Yeah, you're like, I'm really hungry.
I could go for some breadsticks right now.
Yeah.
That's great.
Dude.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
This movie just melted my brain.
Yeah, it was hard to pay attention at any point.
Okay, here's another one. How about so the wife, her sister, like this whole weird like unnecessary, stereotypical, like big black lady who she don't like that white man who's dating her sister. You know, she's like for no reason at all. She's just like,
character.
I got one, I got one thing to spell out for you: DIVORCE. And you're just like, wow, you're a
because
cunt.
of this one thing. Like, you are gonna like defend like your loving sister's like husband. I don't know. I guess when it comes to a point,
and like
if they were committing
the wife
treason.
was really weird about it too.
Yeah.
Like she was
Yeah,
just
she
like,
was like, oh, haha.
classic you. It was just like,
Yeah.
At some point
Yeah.
you're just like, shut the fuck up. Why are you?
Yeah.
like just help.
no, totally.
Like
I got a big problem.
like. Yeah,
Because
like,
it would be one thing if it was like a loving Barb's, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you good for nothing, like, but I love you anyway. But no, it was like, you should divorce him right now. And she, you know what I mean? It was like serious.
Today,
And it was
this
before-
minute, don't let him in the house.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, another con: the incompetence of every single like institution that was supposed to catch this guy, who was supposedly a terrorist.
Just completely.
Just-
incapable.
Oh, yeah.
Like no one even tried.
Yo, I got a pro.
He was in public so much.
I got a pro.
No, they were really quick.
Oh, he's got a pro. He's got a pro.
Ready?
Oh.
Are you guys ready? So at the end, when like they're
Yeah.
fighting Dr. Eggman, like the end of Detective Pikachu when they fight Mewtwo, it's like the same scene. But like when like the drunk crazy dude, Crazy Carl, and like the gay cop and like the Chewbacca's there, and like the drunk
The president from
Independence Day, and like Mewtwo's there too. And
Carl Weathers.
Wait, are we talking about the same
Oh yeah,
movie?
like all the characters are like,
Oh, yeah.
he's our family and you can't touch him.
Yeah, the piggy bank from Toy Story.
Yeah, exactly. And Luke Skywalker's there too. And there's like Neo from
And
the
Frodo
Matrix.
being carried by Samwise Gamgee, of course.
I must have blacked out for this part.
Yeah, they just kept introducing more characters from other franchises. It must have cost them a fortune. That's probably where all the money for this $90 million movie went.
Jesus Christ.
Licensing.
I really hope Jim Carrey got $45 million.
I really hope he made so much money off of this, because he like is the only thing that's like even partially decent about this movie.
Yeah.
So and I like the idea that he kind of just did it on a whim, because he's like, whatever. He probably just like needed the cash or something, right? So he's just like, yeah, fuck it, I'll do it and go and do my crazy Jim Carrey thing. And he was able to just like turn it on. You know, we haven't seen him do anything like that in years, like 15 years. And he just like fell right into it, and it felt like it was like looking into a time portal or something back at like older movies.
It was a strange choice though to come back on.
This
know?
movie, after 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Very
what's the
weird.
last thing he was in? It was only 4 years ago. I feel like I've seen it.
Dark Crimes.
Oh, I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
So
It's so he tries to dress up as what's his face in the Lighthouse?
Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe, thank you.
Oh, okay.
It's like, come on, guys. There are 2 actors in that movie.
One of the guys.
You killed a seabird. That was my favorite part of the movie, is when Sonic turns to James Marsden and goes, "Yeah, you killed a seabird. Bad luck be killing a seabird."
Wow, it would have been great if they had Willem Dafoe voice Sonic. What a weird choice. Or Danny DeVito.
That would have been awesome.
Gotta go fast.
That would have been. Dude, they should have made Sonic way more of a dirtbag rather than like a kid.
Yeah.
They made him like a kid that, they want kids to relate to him. But it's like if he was like smoking cigarettes.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Like, why
hitting
was
on
it
the wife.
drinking booze?
He should have been John Ralphio. Because that's the voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pills,
They should have made this
baby.
movie R. That would have been fucking sweet. It would have made it so much better.
There we go.
The sequels are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the solution.
Like, it really actually, if they just like totally went unhinged and made this like ironic, like just shit show of a R-rated Sonic the Hedgehog movie, I think it would have been a lot better. Like, there's blood, like he runs through people and they blow up. I don't know. It would have been fucking rad, right?
Cross over this universe with Deadpool.
Oh!
Get real wild.
He takes off his mask and it's
shit.
Deadpool. It was Sonic the whole time.
Yeah.
You could tell they wanted to get Ryan Reynolds to do the voice because they got someone who basically sounds just like him. So
Yeah, they did,
huh?
Yeah, that's
Who did
pretty
the voice?
bad.
I don't know. Yeah, he was a fine voice actor, but you could tell that he was no Ryan Reynolds. Definitely wasn't the same.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
But shit, yeah, I'm kind of curious who did the voice too. He didn't sound like anyone I recognized.
Oh, it was John Ralphio.
Wait, oh, oh my God, you're right. It really was Ben Schwartz, huh?
Yeah, it was Ben Schwartz.
Wow, that's
House of Lies.
no shit.
Huh.
Yeah, which is why I think you should have been closer to John Ralphio.
Yeah.
Got run over by a Lexus. That line could have been
cool.
in this movie.
Yeah, that would have actually been kind of cool if he needed to have more of a personality. You know, he had no personality, and then the cop guy should have been like so much more of a secondary character. That guy ends up being in so much of the movie, and I know it's just because they want to they don't want to spend the money on rendering Sonic in every scene. So yikes, I don't know.
Yeah, anyways,
But
it was a nightmare, but we really should get into our final segment here since we spent like 20 minutes doing that bad bio of Spencer that I wrote.
let's do it. Let's do some ratings. We'll do a quick review whether or not you should see it in theaters. 5 words. Yeah.
Cool. Let's do it.
All right, who's gonna go first? Avery, why don't you go first? You haven't gone
I'm
first.
like literally counting on my fingers how many words.
I know. I need to do that too.
All right. My 5 words are. Oh, are you okay?
You getting a piece of paper and pencil?
He's
to,
getting
like,
a
write
slice
it
of
out?
pizza. My words are gonna be I'm Sonic, gotta go fast.
Okay.
Because those
Not
are the
bad.
only things he says, except in this cinematic universe. But yeah, man, this movie was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. I'll get into a review in a second, but I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 10, only because Jim Carrey's in there. He kind of redeemed it, brought it up a little bit. They did listen to the community and redesigned Sonic, but it still wasn't very good. Don't go see this in theaters. I really don't need a sequel. I don't think the world does. Last thing I'm gonna say is I am seriously glad that I pirated this movie and didn't spend $12.50 to go see it.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh,
It was
you
always on the
sick
table,
fuck.
Spencer.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Oh
always
my
on the
god.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I told you.
Now you really owe me $6.25, Avery.
Yep. I watched a bootleg, literally a guy with a video camera in the theater, and it wasn't that much more the worse for it. So,
Well,
bam!
you didn't get all that good Olive Garden
Yeah, that's
advertisement.
that's why you missed the Olive
Yeah,
Garden part.
could be.
Dude.
I don't
'Cause
know.
You probably had like Pornhub open on the other tab.
No, I actually
yeah,
just
he also
legitimately
watches
missed that.
Pornhub Olive Garden stuff.
Yeah. Olive Garden
that's
ads
funny.
all over Pornhub. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's a weird subgenre.
Hey, baby, did you bring the breadsticks?
Damn right.
Yeah, I got your breadstick right here.
Did someone order unlimited soup?
Because I'm dripping. I'm dripping with linguine sauce or whatever. God damn it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All
right, who's
right,
next?
so let's.
I'll go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go.
Oh, yeah, Spencer.
All right. So I got my five words. That is choked on spiky blue chode.
Oh,
Whoa. I missed that
What?
part, too, I think.
Yeah.
did you watch the porn
Yeah, yeah,
parody?
yeah. No, that's just like what. That's just kind of like the a metaphor for the experience of watching this movie. It's like choking on a spiky blue
Very
chode.
fair. I hear it.
And yeah,
You
know,
hear
I
it?
hear it.
He hears
Yeah,
it.
he hears
Yeah. Why don't you
No,
hear
word.
it? All right, that's the question. All right, and what else was I supposed to do? Rate
Yeah,
it?
just give it
Yeah,
an
out of
out of 10
10.
and whether or not you should see it in the theater.
And whether people should see it, yeah.
Okay. I think I would give it a 4 out of
Okay.
10.
Whoa,
Okay.
that's high.
Yeah, 4 out of 10 because of Jim Carrey. He brings it up from like a 3 or a 2.
Nice.
And
Jim Carrey.
you know what? I would say that there is a circumstance to see this movie, and that's when you're getting, belligerently high with your friends and, want to go see a bad movie on purpose. This is a great movie, great bad movie to go see on purpose. If you want something to like make fun of the other people who are there in the theater and make them feel bad for trying to go have fun, like make them
Great movie to
feel...
cyberbully someone about.
yeah, exactly. It's in that sense, it is a worthwhile investment. But if you want to actually go have like an unironic like good time, I would just steer clear,
Word.
At all costs. Yeah.
Right.
Definitely hear that.
That's pretty fair.
Ash, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with unlimited soup, salads, and breadsticks. I think it's just too easy at this point.
Also, an extremely important part of this movie, apparently. So
yeah.
Seriously.
I'm just so baffled that you got to miss that whole part.
Totally
that was so weird.
I didn't even catch it.
It was like it was a recurring part. It happened.
Yeah, like
Just
maybe
even
3 or 4 times.
I definitely saw easily 90% of the movie. So unless I missed it,
you missed the most important.
The
part.
Olive Garden plugs. That's really what they wanted you to see. So
yeah, that's what everyone wanted you to see.
Yeah.
Anyway, this I would say that this movie is one of the worst things that America has ever created. That includes not slavery. Yeah, it's probably worse, but maybe in the last century. Maybe in the last century.
Years.
Yeah,
Wow.
multiple decades. The Great Depression.
So not as bad as the.
I was gonna say that too.
No, this was revenge for the atomic bomb.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah,
makes sense. Yeah.
2 decades of ineffectual war in the Middle East. Nothing compared to this film. I think that that's fair, just, and in no way controversial. This movie gets a 1 out of 10. I disagree with Spencer. I don't think this is a good bad movie. I think that this is a bad movie. It misses the mark at every capacity. I think that the lack of jokes are so lacking that you can't even grasp onto them sufficiently to kind of propel them in a more fun and enjoyable direction. I was thinking about it to myself in the theater. I'm like, I don't know if I could do this. Not without the help of my good friend Spencer. He's just so good at that stuff, and a sex pervert. Anyway, don't see this movie. That's all I got.
Hell yeah.
Hey. I mean, they are progressive for the the gay couple thing.
Oh my God,
it's such a bad joke.
It's funny because you hate it. It's funny because you hate it.
It's funny. Is it funny because I expect more from you?
No, that's not why. It's funny because it makes you mad.
I just know you're funnier than that.
Nope. I'm exactly that funny.
Oh, at least in this moment.
Yeah.
Well,
no. Yeah. I don't know. No, I think if I had a friend there, I would have enjoyed it a lot more. That's why I say that. That's why I'm like, I really do think it's a good bad movie. It's not funny in a legitimate way.
but we had fun laughing
But
at it.
if
fun making fun of it.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
No, we are making
exactly.
I just when I compare it to a good bad movie like Barely Lethal, I think that
but dude, that's the fucking godfather of good
true.
bad movies.
It's really
dude.
it's up there.
All right, that's like one of the greatest good bad movies. Like it doesn't get more good bad than that.
That's what this movie needed. It needed Steve-O with a car battery.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what every movie
really
needs.
seriously
dude.
that fits in any circumstance, in any story.
Yeah.
You could get that.
Birds of
get that
Prey?
in there. Yeah, absolutely, that would have fit in that movie.
Yeah.
So, shit.
Why wasn't Steve-O the Joker?
I think he probably would have been better than Jared Leto.
Oh, 120%.
That's actually a good point.
Oh, dude. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
You should be casting
Johnny Knoxville is the Riddler just to get that on-screen chemistry.
Ooh.
Dude, that would work. Dude, they should just hire all of Jackass to just
That'd be
do.
sweet. That would be
To do
sweet.
like all these
DC
Marvel or
movies.
DC. Yeah.
It'd probably turn out great.
Um.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be
All right.
fun.
All right, guys. Well,
I think that this is where we should wrap it up, Avery.
yeah, I know, Spencer, you got to kind of get rolling too. But thanks for being on.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on. It was fun getting to talk shit on this pretty terrible
course.
movie. So, yeah, cool. Well, hell yeah.
No, thanks for
Of
having
course. And everyone should go listen to Idiots Discuss the Universe. Seriously, you guys have a great show. And yeah,
thanks,
of
man.
course. And
me. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know what we're doing. at
Well,
all.
both of those things could be true, Spencer.
Well, I'm glad. That's good. Because if they were mutually exclusive, we would be in trouble.
So fucked.
We'd be very fucked. Yeah, well, we gotta do an extravaganza. First, we gotta have Avery
oh my
on.
God, yeah. I really
IDTU.
want to come on sometime soon. Sometime
Yeah.
maybe before the end of the month or something. Just let me know when you guys are talking about
Yeah.
space or some shit. I would like be all
Okay,
into
cool.
that. Yeah.
You want to get down on some space stuff? Yeah, you and Craig can definitely get down
Yeah.
on that. I'm the resident idiot when space gets brought up. I'm like, so is it like milk? is it
Yes, it is.
is it like a black milk?
I'm so into that though.
But yeah, I really appreciate you guys having me on.
Anytime, man.
Hell yeah.
Despite my having spent $12.50, I actually did enjoy this whole experience.
That's good.
As
I hope
far
at
as-
least
yeah, going
hanging
to the
out
movie.
was worth $12.50.
Yeah, no, it's priceless.
Shit,
It's
we should
priceless.
monetize this.
Yeah, you guys probably should.
The world's
You know.
second oldest profession, paid friendship.
Yep.
Yes. Right after what's the oldest one?
Fisherman.
Oh, okay, right. That's right. That's what they call that.
All right.
All right, guys.
We're going to head out,
Yeah,
guys.
let's wrap
Tune
this
in
up.
next week. We're going to watch The Girl Who Cried Werewolf.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
What, dude?
I don't know. Ash picked this one. I don't know what it is.
What? You guys, God, you guys need some help,
We're really
man.
just like we're tumbling,
just
man.
need some-
It's getting worse and
Yeah.
worse.
Every time I come back on this podcast, I'm like, oh no.
You guys watched The Girl Who Cried Werewolf?
Or maybe
Yeah.
it might be The Boy Who Cried Werewolf.
It
In
doesn't
which case,
matter.
Spencer loves it.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's so much better.
He just doesn't like it when girls cry.
No, I do. I really do.
Okay. We'll see you guys next week. We love you.
All right. We love you guys.
Bye.